नमस्कार दी सेक्रेटेरिएट में आपका स्वागत है। मैं हूं पवन कुमार। मौसम लगातार रंग बदल रहा है देश में, दुनिया में। कई विभीषिकाएं हो रही हैं, सूखे पड़ रहे हैं, बारिश हो रही है, बाढ़ आ रहा है और इन सब के बीच मानव जाति को ऐसा लगता है कि आने वाले दिनों में खतरा और बढ़ने वाला है। जो जगह गर्मी वाली जगह है वहाँ और गर्मियाँ पड़ने वाली हैं, जो ठंड वाली जगह है वहाँ और ठंड होने वाली है। हमारे साथ आज इस पर बात करने के लिए मेट्रोलॉजिकल डिपार्टमेंट के डायरेक्टर जनरल मृत्युंजय महापात्रा साहब हैं। महापात्रा साहब, आपका स्वागत है।
नमस्कार।
सबसे पहले इसी से शुरुआत करते हैं कि 2024 बड़ा डरावना साल रहा गर्मी के हिसाब से, और मौसम के अलग अलग रंग देखने को मिले। जिस वायनाड लैंडस्लाइड हमने देखा, दुनिया भर के लोग मरे, हजारों लोग मारे गए गर्मियों की वजह से। ये 2025 साल की मतलब पीछे की जो परेशानियां रही उसको देखते हुए ये नया आने वाला वक्त कितना डराने वाला है।
You are correct. 2024, the year was the hottest for the entire globe. It was also hottest for India. As you told that once it is the hottest year, also in that year, the extreme weather events increased, and we had above normal conditions of the heat wave during the summer season over India. There was longer duration of the heat wave, intense heat wave, and record-breaking temperatures. And also we had excess rainfall year during monsoon season with 107% of the long period average. As a result, it led to excess rainfall activity in many parts of the country. And especially in the hilly areas, this excess rainfall led to the landslides, including Kerala, Western Himalayan region like Himachal Pradesh, Uttarakhand, etc. So, if you look at the past data for 700 years, it is found that the temperature of the globe is rising, and also the temperature of India is rising, which is popularly called as the global warming. And the study also leads to belief that this global warming can be attributed to the human activities. Because of the human activities, greenhouse gases like carbon dioxide, methane, etc., concentration are increasing, and these gases can trap the energy released by the surface of the earth. As a result, the temperature of this surface air increases, leading to this type of phenomena which were coming across in the recent years. If you consider 2025, in this trend, someone will believe that there could be further rise in temperature. But I want to say that the temperature also shows the variability, year-to-year variability. But there is an overall trend that temperature is increasing. But that does not mean that every year temperature will increase. But it is true that in recent decade or two, if you look at, many of the record-breaking temperature has been recorded during these past 2 decades. Considering the variability of the temperature from one year to another year, it depends upon the large-scale processes which are likely to impact in that year.
नहीं जी, मतलब जो ये एक मन में डर बना हुआ है कि 2025 भी ऐसा ही होगा, कोई टेक्निकल फैक्टर आप बता सकते हैं जिसमें आप ये दावा कर सकें कि नहीं 2025 में अभी तक ऐसे हालात नहीं पैदा हुए हैं, ऐसा दिखने में नहीं लग रहा है, ये साल 2024 से बेहतर होगा?
जी, so if you just look at the large scale processes which govern the temperature distribution over the globe, one of the most important large scale processes is the La Nina or El Nino conditions. At present, weak La Nina condition is prevailing over the equatorial Pacific Ocean, and as per our prediction and prediction by the various international centers, the weak La Nina condition will continue till March. That means beginning of the summer season this year. Thereafter, gradually it will be converted into a neutral condition. That means it will be neither La Nina nor El Nino conditions. So La Nina conditions prevailing up to March will suggest that it will not lead to the abnormal rise in temperature. La Nina favors the colder temperature, El Nino favors the warmer temperature. Since El Nino is ruled out during the ensuing summer monsoon season and also the summer season, we can rule out its adverse impact. That means very intense heat wave conditions what we experienced last year may not be due to the neutral conditions which is likely.
So this year will be a cooler year in comparison with 2024.
Yeah, it is too early to tell whether it will be cooler or not, because there are other processes which also contribute towards the development of the temperature. So we will be monitoring, and every month we give the forecast for next season. So forecast for summer season will be available by the end of February, where we will be providing the probability of the heat wave conditions or hot days, and also the temperature likely during the March, April and May. That will be again updated like that. So similarly, the rainfall activity what is expected during monsoon season, June to September, that will be predicted by IMD in the 15th of April. So prior to that, we can just have a speculation. And speculation says that since we will have the either La Nina or neutral condition during the summer season, it may not lead to very high heat wave conditions.
So anyway, in a nutshell, this would be a better year
compared to 2024.
जी सर एक और सवाल है, जैसे अभी इस साल अपने यूरोप में देखा बहुत बाढ़ आई, इतनी बारिश हुई, उसका स्प्रेड ज़्यादा था. हिंदुस्तान में बड़े सारे वेरिएशंस हैं, जहाँ बाढ़ आती है वो बहुत ज़्यादा आ जाती है, जहाँ सूखा है वहाँ सूखा है, बारिशें बड़ी पैची तरीके की हो रही हैं. मैं ये कह रहा हूँ कि क्या ये नया नॉर्मल है हिंदुस्तान के मानसून, हिंदुस्तान के वेदर का, जहाँ तक सवाल है?
The climate change has been almost a reality. People have accepted globally that the climate is changing. But it doesn't mean that climate was not changing earlier. Climate was changing earlier, climate is changing now, and climate will change in the past. But in the recent years, say past 100 years, if you just look at, there has been an accelerated change. The rate of rise of temperature has been quite abnormal. When the entire globe expected that it will be 1.5 degrees Celsius by 2100, now already last year it has become 1.55, and prediction is that it can be within a decade or so we may have the rise in temperature by 1.5 degrees Celsius. So this type of accelerated rise in temperature is leading to the more intense, more frequent and durable extreme weather events, especially the heavy rainfall, heat waves, thunderstorms, lightning, etc. globally. But that doesn't mean that everywhere it is changing. There are certain areas where it is increasing more rapidly. There are certain areas where it is increasing less rapidly.
आप ये कह रहे हैं कि जो extreme weather conditions है वो evenly distributed नहीं है.
Yeah, it is not evenly.
कहीं ज़्यादा दिख रहा है, वो island जैसा दिख रहा है.
Yes, it is not evenly distributed. Localized extreme weather events frequency has increased. Because of this rise in temperature, also there is rise in humidity in the atmosphere. The water holding capacity of the atmosphere is increased. So that combination of the water holding capacity of the atmosphere and the rising temperature leads to more localized heavy rainfall events. And of course, once temperature rises and humidity rises, the comfort level of the society also decreases. Discomfort has decreased. So therefore, even the earlier heat wave is there, now heat wave frequency is increasing, but they added with this increase in humidity, the discomfort decreases, and hence it becomes a threat to the human society and also the livestock.
अच्छा सर, ये एक फ़र्क देखा गया, जैसे हम लोग बचपन में देखते थे कि 15 नवंबर के बाद सर्दी आ जाती थी, खासकर नॉर्दर्न इंडिया में. वो अब 15 दिन आगे खिसक गया है, 1 महीना आगे खिसक गया है. क्या मतलब इस तरह से मौसम अब का जो चक्र है वो आगे बढ़ रहा है? तो क्या ये माना जाए या लगता है कि नहीं, जो सर्दियाँ पड़ने का पीरियड था वो वहीं रहेगा, ये मामूली वेरिएशंस हैं साल दर साल में?
There are two aspects here. One is that the temperature is rising over India, And if you consider the rising temperature in different seasons, the maximum rising temperature, rising trend in temperature is seen in winter season, that is January, February, followed by the post-monsoon season, that is October, November and December. So once there is a rising trend in temperature, the cool wave conditions which usually prevails during November, December, January, February, that is being reduced. And that is a global phenomena. In India also that is seen. Due to this global warming, the frequency and intensity of cold wave conditions are decreasing, number one. And if you look at the beginning of the season, it is fact like that once temperature is rising, the way in which you are feeling cold, it gets shifted towards the later period of the usual day. The other reason is that the monsoon season, if you just look at, it is defined as 1st June to 30th September. And advance of monsoon commences from Kerala from 1st June and it completes by 7 July, the entire country. The withdrawal of monsoon earlier started from 1st September. And now, withdrawal of monsoon from Rajasthan commences around 17th September. That means there is a delay of about 2 weeks in the commencement of withdrawal of monsoon from northwest India. So if that is the case, the monsoon stands for the humidity, higher temperature.
मोटे तौर पे कहते सीजन शिफ्ट कर रहा है, ऐसा बोल सकते हैं क्या?
Yeah, so monsoon season has become longer in northwest India. So as a result, it is pushing the winter season towards the later period.
इससे फसलों के सोइंग का साइकिल बदलेगा क्या?
Certainly there will be impact because there is a 15 days shift in the monsoon period and accordingly the temperature showing the rising trend.
Yield पे भी फर्क पड़ेगा फसलों के?
It has the impact on yield. If you consider the impact of climate change on the yield, the study says by the Ministry of Agriculture and Food Productions that the yield of both wheat and rice are expected to decrease by 6 to 10%.
ये इस साल भी होने की उम्मीद है?
No, that is not year to year. I'm telling about the projection. So the projection says that if there is rise in temperature by about say 1.5 degrees Celsius, the result is that yield will decrease for both wheat and rice, which are the staple food for the country.
So मतलब you are saying कि the agriculture output and productivity will be impacted.
Will be impacted in long run. But the year to year, what will the impact? That depends upon the weather conditions and other parameters during that year. So you cannot compare the annual yield with the long-term trend in the yield.
Is it possible to reverse the situation if we improve our lifestyle? Is it possible to reverse the situation?
Yeah, that is the process of adaptation. In climate change, there are three aspects. One is the science of climate change. Other one is the adaptation. Third one is the mitigation. So, science of climate change enables the society and the policymakers to understand how the climate is changing, as I told you some of the facts. Then the adaptation policy takes care of that. So, for example, when I say that monsoon is becoming longer in northwest India, so in that sense, that long variety crops can be taken off. And if temperature is increasing in October, November, December, accordingly, the sowing pattern of the wheat can be changed. So, therefore, these farmers have to adapt the new variety of the crops, which can be adaptable with the changing environment or changing climate. So, therefore, what we have done actually, earlier we had a normal onset date, normal withdrawal dates of monsoon. We have replaced that with the new normal dates of onset, new normal dates of withdrawal. It is published and it is circulated, and government and other concerned agencies might be taking actions towards that directions.
अच्छा सर, दुनिया के जो दो देश ये दावा करते हैं कि उनका जो प्रेडिक्शन फोरकास्ट का सिस्टम है वो बहुत ज़्यादा एक्यूरेट है, दुनिया की तुलना में हमारा जो फोरकास्ट सिस्टम है हिंदुस्तान का वो कितना रोबस्ट है, कितना एक्यूरेट है?
In recent decade, for example, I will tell you, there has been an accelerated improvement in the forecast accuracy, service delivery to the people because of the improvement in weather observational systems, numerical modeling systems, and forecasting systems. So, if you compare our forecast accuracy with respect to different leading countries in the world, you will find that we are second to none in most of the forecast of the severe weather. Taking an example, when we started our modernization program, say 10 years back or 15 years back, our forecast accuracy of cyclone was about 50% less than the forecast accuracy of National Hurricane Center, USA. But today, if you compare our forecast accuracy for North Indian Ocean, is about 30% better than the forecast accuracy of National Hurricane Center for North Atlantic. So like that, if you consider the heavy rainfall, I will take one example. In 2013, there was a very intense heavy rainfall activity over Kedarnath and Uttarakhand, leading to death of people because of mudslides and floods, etc. And similar event occurred in 2021, and there was early action by the government, both state and center of Uttarakhand government and all concerned, leading to death of only 30 people. So that is the success story how the early warning 3 to 4 days in advance with respect to heavy rainfall has also led to reduction of loss of lives. And cyclone, I told you, the death has been zero for the past 2 years. If you just look at it, zero death because of cyclone Biparjoy and cyclone Dana. Now, talking about the heat waves, there were 2,000 deaths in 2015. Because of our seamless weather forecasting of rainfall, temperatures, etc. Starting with seasonal forecast, we follow it monthly forecast, then forecast every Thursday for next 4 weeks, then every day, twice. Forecast at district level for next 7 days. So this type of mechanism, and it is also followed by the nowcast for next 3 hours. Mechanism has led to heat action plan in the country. It is a joint plan prepared by NDMA with IMD and other stakeholders and the state government. Heat action plan is applicable in all the heat core zone areas like central and northern India. So as a result, now whenever there is heat wave in the season, we find that death is quite less.
सर ये इस आखिरी सवाल पूछूंगा कि जो विंटर कंडीशन प्रिवेल कर रहा है अभी नॉर्दर्न इंडिया में, ये नॉर्मल है और इसका इस साल के क्रॉप पे कितना असर पड़ेगा?
This year, if you just look at the temperature over northern India, it is near normal. We do not have any such cold wave spell so far for northern India. And some cold day conditions have prevailed in certain parts because of the passing western disturbances. There has been 2 to 3 significant western disturbances leading to rainfall and snowfall over the western Himalaya region, including Jammu and Kashmir, Himachal, Uttarakhand, Ladakh.
अच्छे क्रॉप की उम्मीद करें?
Yeah, we can expect a good crop this year because there has been good rainfall activity recently now. And we are also expecting rainfall activity for next 1 week. And temperature has been near normal.